everybody! Wah!
Hello, hello, hello.
We are here today with the founding members of Lifestyle, which include myself, Miss Spira, Elex. Say hi, Elex.
Buddy. Hi.
Alex, you were too cute.
Thank you.
And Aura. Hi, Aura.
Hello, happy to be here, guys.
Wow. I'm so excited to have everybody here. It seems like everybody's everybody's starting off excited. It's good to see.
Good to see you too, Spira.
Yeah.
So, we are here to discuss our newest project. Whoa, my cat just jumped on my computer. We are here to discuss our current VTube group project, which is Lifestyle. Woo! Oh my god. Yeah, no. So we have a bunch of questions that were posted on Twitter, and we have a bunch of people that are showing up to ask some questions themselves today. But first thing first, that what I wanted to do was give people kind of a taste of who we are, what we represent, who we are as people, what we do. So let's start off with Alex. Hi, Alex. What's your for anybody that isn't aware of it, what's your Twitter? What are your pronouns?
Hi everybody. My name is Elex. My Twitter is cyberpunk with a Y. So punk spelled normally but with a Y in front of the U. My pronouns are they, he. I am a masked non-binary, and I draw anime people, and I like to just have chill streams. Yeah.
Awesome. For anybody that hasn't been to any of your streams yet and is interested in following you, what sort of content do you release on Twitch?
I normally do art streams, but recently I've been playing a Pokemon Platinum randomizer, and so that's been going really fun. But my content's really just very chill, like nothing intense. We just like to have a fun chill time there.
Nice, that's great to hear. I love chill streams. Super fun. Art and Pokemon. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So for sure, everybody that is interested in watching some chill art streams, Elex is an amazing artist. They did the art for our promo today, which looks so cute.
Very good. I love it.
Thank you.
They have such a unique art style. I really love it. I've admired you from afar for as long as I can remember. Let's say hello to our friend Aura. Hi, Aura.
Hey, Spira. Hello.
Hi. So for you, how would we find you? What are your socials, and also what are your pronouns?
Okay, my Twitter is Aura Sinclair. I think it's Aura_Sinclair. I should probably be more sure of my @ yeah, you can find me on Twitter. My pronouns are he, they, and I have not yet begun streaming yet, but I will be debuting May 1st on YouTube.
On YouTube, let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that we're probably going to talk about today is our variety in platforms and choices of that sort. But yeah, you said May 1st?
May 1st, May Day.
May Day.
It's my birthday also, so it'll be
it's your
special
birthday?
Little day. Yeah.
You're born on May Day? That's so cool. Oh man. Okay, so everybody, we absolutely need to show up to his May Day birthday debut bonanza. It's gonna be super
Yes,
fun.
please. Yay!
Oh, yeah.
So, uh, well, what do you plan on streaming once you get started? Do you have any ideas?
Oh, I have tons. But I'll be doing lots of gaming, of course. I'm not very good at it, but I guess that makes for entertainment. But I'm planning on doing horror games, maybe some JRPGs here and there. Also doing karaoke, maybe multiplayer games that I can play with you guys, and yeah, just a little bit of everything. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, Rain is asking war games like Civ?
I've never played a war game, but
I think they
something
misheard a horror game, right?
Oh, horror games. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never played a war game, like Civilization, I guess is what they're referring to. But yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm open to anything though. I don't play that many video games, so it'll be kind of a learning experience for me.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I think we all come from like diverse gaming backgrounds and stuff, which is going to be a lot of fun for like collabs and stuff like that. Because I know, for example, I'm pretty bad at games too. I mostly just play like games that are hard to be bad at, like Animal Crossing, and then I somehow manage to be bad at those too.
Mood.
There's a horror mod for Civ. That
Oh my
sounds really
God.
funny.
That's great.
You have to battle an entire army of zombies or something, probably. So yeah, no. So it's super cool. I'm so happy that we've seemed to have debuted the concept for lifestyle to some good fanfare. We seem to have a lot of people here today that are interested and curious about lifestyle. So I think one of the things that we can do is to just talk about it, discuss some stuff relating to like the structure and motivations and organization of lifestyle. I think that'll all be a lot of fun, and it'll be good to clear up some of those things for people. Especially because, like, there's only so much that you can write in a post when you're announcing it,
Absolutely.
So I think, like, having a conversation about it would be a lot of fun. So, let me see. I'm going to open up the forum to some of the Twitter questions that we've actually started receiving only about, like, an hour ago because I forgot to include that in the original post too. Whoopsies. Yeah, I am like the worst manager ever. So let's see. Questions. Oh, we have another King Henry to add on screen. I don't. I'm sorry about that. That's just like a weird quirk on my channel.
I love it.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna copy paste this King Henry and move him over here. Over yonder. I'm gonna move him right between you guys.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Henry.
He's just gonna be chilling out in chat. He watches from afar. Okay, so some of our questions that we have today. Let's see. The first question I kind of wanted to address is from Luna Daydream. She asks, why did we make lifestyle? What kind of prompted this decision? And I know I approached you guys first, but I wanted to turn this into more so like, what are your ideas for a group? Why did you agree to this crazy project?
Elex, would you like to go first?
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll go first. I initially wanted to help make this group because I think while the community is very accepting, I think there is a little bit of like there's no group for it's kind of barren and everybody's so scarce, and so I think trans and non-binary VTubers deserve some recognition, because it's just sometimes it feels kind of lonely, and so I thought, why not try to help bind everybody together because we're all just like a big happy family, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
answer.
very noble, and I completely agree. Those are some of my thoughts exactly. So Aura, what about you? What came to drive your desire to be a formative member of this group?
Similar to what Elex said, I didn't realize just how many trans and non-binary VTubers there are before lifestyle kind of became an idea, something that we could like pull everyone together with. And it's really cool for helping trans and non-binary VTubers find each other, and it builds a sense of community with people that are like you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I'm passionate about, helping people find each other and help each other grow like a family. And that's why I'm passionate about this group.
Absolutely. Again, very noble goals. For sure. So I guess like when I first approached you to form the group, one of the main things I was thinking about was just like, there are a lot of like agencies and groups out there that are specialized around a sense of solidarity between the members for whatever thing, right? Whatever concept. Um but but I didn't notice that there was any group that was really catered towards an LGBT audience for like LGBT creators for LGBT audiences. And
Yeah,
I
that
kinda
really
noticed-
shocked me.
Yeah, same. I was like, what?
I was surprised that there wasn't one already.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I ended up going like on a search a bit to see if there was any other group like this, and you'd see a lot of like smaller groups or like even some big agencies where like there would be maybe one genderqueer individual in the whole group, right? Like I think Niji Sanji has a single non-binary member, which is huge because they're
Mhm.
a really big agency, but it's one of those things where it's like it's so interesting how many trans and non-binary VTubers are out there, and they're
Mhm.
not getting into groups, they're not being featured anywhere, and it seems a little bit like there can be there's absolutely a niche that isn't being fulfilled, right? That there is an audience that isn't being made content for that deserves representation, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I definitely I don't think it's like token representation or anything like that. I just think like it's more so just a matter of like this audience exists, these VTubers exist, and just not seeing enough representation out there in major agencies and things. I think people are just kind of waiting for the dam to break, right? They're kind of like making small moves to be more inclusive. But I think what would be cool for lifestyle is lifestyle existing and being a big move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
People seeing us, seeing what we're doing, being trans and non-binary creators being in the spotlight for once, rather than being a little bit tucked to the side, and I think that'll be really good for inspiring trans and non-binary VTubers, as well as giving content cater-made for trans and non-binary VTube audiences that may not feel as accepted in other circles, because I mean, we all know, we've all dealt with it. This is actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to kind of come up with Lifestyle, is that there is a little bit of like transphobia and stuff like that exists in the anime community, which has a lot of crossover with VTubing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I think having a group that's vocal about not standing down to that sort of thing is kind of important in its own way, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Standing out and standing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. If I think I've actually told Alex this before. The thing that kind of started off my search for like a non-binary or trans group was that there was just like this one day like a month ago when we first started talking about this, where like all the non-binary VTubers were getting like misgendered seemingly for some reason, and I was so frustrated with it.
Oh, yeah, that happened to me. I think I was like the first one that happened to. It was
Ugh.
really bad, yeah.
Yeah, and it was awful, and it was just one of those things where it's like we exist, and we support each other, but we need I feel like we almost need like a stronger visible network of protection for VTubers that are trans and non-binary, so that they don't need to deal with this kind of stuff on their own, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
A sense of community and the strength that it brings.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's very easy for someone to be like to target someone big or small for being a little different when they don't know how integrated they are in a community that stands with them, right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
So if we have visibility for that, I think that helps a lot. Um, so I this actually leads into another question that I was asked. This one's from Mimi Moonbeam, which she asked, let me see, why make Lifestyle trans and non-binary only rather than LGBTQ&A? Do you guys have any thoughts on this particular question?
Uh, well, I think the issue is not that we're like excluding like, other LGBT members. I think it's just that because trans people and non-binary such as myself get like the anime community is so transphobic. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
They get shit on a lot, and it's just not cool, And I think
Absolutely.
because of it, there's a little lack of representation for like trans and non-binary people compared to say like other LGBT VTubers,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that deserves to be talked about a bit. Is I feel like there is almost there are bigger moves being made in the mainstream towards uh like sex queer, like in sexual orientation queer people, rather than gender queer people.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's I do think that there's a room to have discussions about sexual orientation and stuff like that in the community. I
Mhm.
think that's very important. Especially because there's a lot of like queer baiting in the VTubing community.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many like big VTubers that are like very gay with each other, but they're not gay whatsoever, and it's like, okay. But I think
It's
that phrases a different issue than the kind of struggles that non-binary and transgender and genderqueer, gender fluid people kind of run into. It's just a thing where it's different issues, and we can't. I don't think there is a big enough group to tackle all of those all at once. You know.
Yeah.
So having advocacy for one major group would be a big step forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the follows. So let me see. So I think that kind of answers it. I think it's the idea that, yeah, as Alex was saying, it's not that we are excluding other members of the LGBTQA QIA family, but rather it's more that there are certain issues that can only be kind of tackled through a laser focused sort of group, that I think would be important to tackle on their own, and we can still make space for other groups to come in and focus on, if there's going to be a group for all gay members, all bi, all pan. I think that's valuable. We're not saying no to that. We're just saying that this is our thing, right?
I would love for Lifestyle to inspire similar groups, laser focused or not. I would love to see more LGBT VTuber groups.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Like, that's one of the biggest things that we wanted to kind of do with this group is get people thinking about this sort of thing, right? Yeah. I would love to see other groups. Like, I don't want Lifestyle to be the first and the last trans and non-binary VTube group, you know? If anything, I want it to kind of be like, to show people that you can be successful with a group like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and Candy makes a good point that there definitely isn't a thing where we're like comparing differences between sex queer people and gender queer people. I think it's just saying, like, it's not saying, oh, the problems aren't on the same scale. No, that's stupid. It's more like saying the problems are just different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's apples and oranges for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let me so let's think. Okay, so the next question that we have is from someone who's in chat right now, and a good friend of a few of us. Rain Yi. Is it Yi or Yai? I think Yi, right? Is it Rain or Rainy? I can't tell.
It's Rain.
It's Rain. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Hi, Rain. How are you? Rain and I spent all of yesterday talking about pizza, and I really like them. They're cool people. So they asked, how are we picking? How did we pick the starting roster? So, like, how did we decide on the three of us? And how many Gen 1s are we picking?
That's a good question. Spira, what made you message Alex and I?
Yeah.
I just really like you guys.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, I just you know, I saw that that Elex was talking about wanting to find a group with non-binary representation and trans representation and stuff like that, and I made a post being like, what do you guys say to a group like that existing? And I got a lot of replies, but I was kind of just waiting for, like, Elex to reply to it to be like, okay, yeah, I can message them. But it's more so because I just you know, I have a lot of trans and non-binary friends in this community. But I wanted to, I guess, for picking you two in particular, I sort of wanted to I wanted to pick folk that I wanted to pick, like, a very small group, like, as a starting roster. and focus it on people that I thought, you know, would make for good decision making, like different types of decisions and stuff like that, like a more instead of picking just like my best friends, because I felt like that could have been easy, I wanted to pick some people that I had a lot of respect for, that that I thought could contribute good points of view, right?
Yeah, I think that your intuition was right on the money, because so far we've worked really good together, I think, as a trio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it was just one of those things where it was almost just like, okay, I respect and acknowledge these people are really cool, but I haven't really talked to them so much, so I really hope that this works out, and it worked out better than I could have imagined, because you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think you guys balance me out too, because I can be a bit of a busybody and also a bit insane, and it's good to dial me back a little. You guys are very chill, and I'm not.
I also have a little bit of the busybody gene, so I think two busybodies working together works really well.
Mm-hmm. With Elex to calm us down a bit when we get too crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The chill stream energy spilling over.
All right, so okay, so the second question: how many Gens 1s are we picking? We've discussed this a bit. Does anyone wanna pick this question up?
Me.
Oh,
All right, go for it, Aura.
So, typically in like corporate groups like Niji Sanji or Hollow Live, they tend to pick like, I don't know, 5 or so per gen, maybe 3 to 5. But we're not them. So we're thinking of picking 7 to 9 people that besides ourselves. So we'll have like a max of 12 in the gen.
Yeah, so a max of 12 is gonna be really it's gonna be really big, because first of all, yeah, that's gonna be just the first gen, right? And we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, but we do plan on being generational. And I think having a lot of members that kind of represent different interests and different points of view and different niches and stuff like that will show people just how much variety there exists in trans and non-binary VTubing, right?
mhm.
So our first group, as Aura mentioned, is going to be 7 to 9 people. I think we started off with wanting to get 7 more people. No, we started off wanting to get 5 more people.
Yeah.
And then we just got so many applications. I don't want to say the number because I don't want anybody to feel discouraged, but like,
There's
if I
a
had
lot,
to
yeah.
go through, yeah,
So
if I had
many,
to go,
so many good ones, though. So many talented,
Yeah,
cool
everybody's
people.
talented.
Yeah.
exactly, it's gonna be so hard, because we have so many good apps. Everybody is presenting presenting the best parts of themselves. And I just think that there's like so much talent in our group that it almost feels sad that we can't just be like a 30-member group out of the get-go, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But there will be more. There will be other gens.
Mhm. Absolutely. So I think what we're gonna do is I don't know, because I haven't discussed this with you two. But what I was thinking is, because we would be doing gens, I think the first gen should be a little bigger, but like consecutive gens should be like, I don't know, like 6 people every season, something like that. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, 6 people. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm down
Oh,
with that.
nice. Yeah, so we'll look at that. We'll consider that more once we get the group going and we see the members, like how they interact and how well we can get this stuff going. So we'll have so that's mostly what we're going to be doing is just a generational approach. And our first generation is going to be kind of big because we really want to make some waves here, right?
Yes.
We really want to boost the visibility and advocacy and stuff like that. So we have another question from my good friend Noctua Early. She asks, so in what way and through what specifications are the applicants getting picked? So this is something that we've been discussing a little bit behind the scenes, and I think what we're sort of leaning towards, because we don't want to put any hard rules on people. We're just kind of looking for readiness, right? We don't care if you're debut or pre-debut. As I mentioned, like, I debuted for the first time earlier this month. Elex and Aura haven't debuted yet. And, we're very excited for their debuts. But I think it's more so, like, just making sure that the applicants seem to have a lot of drive, a lot of energy, a lot of time to put out into creating their public personage and their content, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more so like an issue of confidence, right? I think if we find some members that are still very early, some members that don't have as big of an impact and stuff like that, that doesn't matter. As I mentioned in another post, we're also looking to incorporate like 3D VTubers and Live 2D VTubers. And we're gonna definitely pick some smaller VTubers as well as some surprisingly big VTubers that applied. Wink wink. Because what we want to do is we want to support everybody that is going through the application process. And we're really just going to be picking people that will be ready to stream in the near future and have like some assets and stuff like that so that we can increase visibility, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's going to be one of our main goals is Aura, we actually talked about this yesterday, but so let me ask you, what would you say are some of the goals of Livestyle? Because I know we were taking some notes.
Yeah, well, we're gonna function mostly as an artist collective, different creators doing different things, and we're gonna help provide visibility and support for each of the talents that are part of Livestyle. And we'll be helping connect people with collaborations, with artists, features, stuff like that. Let's see, am I forgetting anything, Spira? Do you have anything to add?
No, I mean, that sounds really good. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be we're definitely going to be encouraging a lot of mixing and matching, right? We see that there's a lot of groups, and well, it's more so a thing for agencies, but some groups kind of do it where they're a little exclusive with their stuff because they want to maintain a public image. While we think it's responsible to think when you're like making content and stuff like that, we do want to reach as many audiences as possible to show people that, trans and non-binary VTubers exist. We want to spread visibility as much as possible doing different projects. So if you're an applicant, some of the things that you can be expecting is we definitely want to see, collabs. We want to see streams. We want to see features and interviews and stuff. So anything that you can land to, whether it's between the members of Livestyle or with other people, that's going to be great too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it'd be really good to not limit what our people are doing. So we're gonna have like a kind of like a soft managerial style, right?
Yeah.
mostly just giving advice, mostly just giving some rather than giving limits, because we think that that would be kind of conducive to the creative process. We're just going to only do good things for our members, really.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we're not going to be like helicopter moms or anything. We're
Yeah.
we're going to do what we can to make you grow, and ourselves grow too.
I think. Oh, sorry.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I think that us being softer compared to like say like Niji Sanji and like Hololive is the fact that if you collab with somebody say who's popular and cis, you could get more visibility towards the group and just non-binary and trans people to be like in general, you know?
Yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
For sure.
I think that's something that's really important, especially with the group, is that if we were like hard asses on them, then the visibility of the group would like kind of diminish, because then we wouldn't be able to like collab with like say somebody who's cis, you know?
Yeah.
We don't want to make a bubble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that I think a bubble would also hurt the confidence of the people that are part of the group too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because it would limit growth, right? It would limit
Exactly.
It would limit growth, it would limit visibility, and that's a big thing that we want to do is the opposite of that. We don't want to limit growth, we don't want to limit visibility. We want to make sure everyone's having fun and reaching audiences, because we think that trans and non-binary creators have so much to offer, and giving them a platform to interact with others is just so important, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that actually lends to another question that Noctua asked, which is, what exactly will Lifestyle do for its members? What we plan on mostly doing is, well, first giving them the group structure so that they can easily collab with one another, that they can easily cross over and do different projects with one another, whether it's streams or other things like art collabs and stuff like that, features, interviews, things like that. But I'm also personally going to help like manage, like soft manage, but like just help out every member, if there are things that they need, like, if they want to find an artist to help make like a 2.0 of their model, I'll schedule interviews and consultations and get quotes and stuff like that. I plan on kind of stepping back from being a streamer of games and stuff, and being more of like the manager of Lifestyle, and doing my interviews is my main thing. So that's what I can offer to the group. And we're all gonna have different levels of interaction with the group, I think. But we're all just gonna be helping each other out. We're gonna be boosting each other and raising each other up, right?
Yeah, and I think each of us, us and the people that we get on board as Gen 1, I think that we can all help each other. And it would be really cool. It's really like a family, is what I'm hoping it'll be.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Absolutely. I'm super excited for the kind of family environment that we're really cooking up here with the applicants and stuff like that. We're still looking at everybody, and we're not going to make any hard decisions until the 30th, because we don't want to, maybe someone just finds out about Lifestyle like after this interview, right? And it's like already like a week has passed. So I don't want to discount anybody that applies late.
Yeah, exactly.
But once the 30th comes around, we're probably going to start making some lists, and we're probably going to do a lot of callbacks. Just make sure that everyone is serious about representing the goals of the group, representing the ideas of the group, and that they're confident in what we have to offer, right? Because we don't want them to say, be looking for financial support and we can't quite offer that yet, and things like that.
Yeah, I don't want to give the impression that we're corporate, because obviously we're not. And I also don't want to give the impression that we're a group in name only. Like, I don't want us to just be a hashtag on someone's profile.
Yeah.
I want us to be something that everyone can really get involved in.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, because when we were originally talking about lifestyle, I think we had an interesting thing where I wanted kind of like a serious agency kind of thing. Elex wanted something a little bit more casual, and Aura wanted something like in the middle. And we kind of all just like talked about it for a bit, and we decided, yeah, maybe something in the middle like that is possible,
Yeah.
Maybe there is a way to just have casual fun and be laid back and enjoy yourselves while still being in a group that helps promote good values and visibility and stuff like that. I think it's good to be friends first, be buddies second, or not buddies. I'm sorry, I got distracted with this amazing raid. Hi, Aaron.
Holy moly!
Oh my gosh, it's such a huge raid. Hello. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that we're gonna be friends first and partners second, right? But we are gonna be friends and we are going to be partners, right? That's what matters.
Yes.
Wow. I got blown away by this. Thank you. So that being said, does anybody have any questions? Because we have we have like 15 minutes left. So if anybody has any more questions or anything that you'd like to talk about, with us, any personal questions or questions for the group, I'd love to hear it. Oh, hi, Serena. Oh, how are we gonna get in touch with the applicants? In the applications, we asked for Twitter information. So we are going to likely get in contact over Twitter DMs or like Discord or something like that. That probably sounds best, right? Like,
yeah, I was thinking Twitter DMs.
Yeah, Twitter DMs. So make sure that you what was it? Make sure that you have your DMs open, right? Because that'd suck if you got considered and then you didn't have your DMs open, so we could never contact you. But if you put like a name that's recognizable, Rain saying that they posted the wrong email. Yeah, as long as you have your name on there and it's easy to find, or like a Discord that's easy to find, then I'd love to contact you. We're probably going to do a few callbacks, maybe a few round of callbacks, depending on who says yes or who says no to our invitation at the end of the day, because like a lot can happen in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But I think I think that, right? So that's how we're mostly going to get in contact with people, is through Twitter DMs. So keep your DMs open if you want to be accepted. So the next one is will pre-debut VTubers be seriously considered in the applications? That's from Cody Says. Hi, Cody. Yeah, absolutely. Pre-debut VTubers rock. We love pre-debut VTubers. We have 2 right here, and they're amazing.
Thank you. Yes, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, if anything, like some pre-debut VTubers would be really fun, because we can help like spread them around, right? I do think we're probably gonna end up with a mix of pre-debut and debuted VTubers, just because it seems like the best. It seems like if we were all pre-debut VTubers, then we wouldn't have enough experience and wisdom to share around. But if we were all debuted VTubers, then we wouldn't really need the group structure, right? So I think having like a balance is gonna help out. So we're gonna.
Some of us. Oh, go ahead. Good.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, some of these pre-debut VTubers like me, we need all the help we can get. So I think having a mix is good.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna get a good mix. We're gonna get a good mix of debut and pre-debut VTubers. So pre-debut VTubers are gonna be handled very seriously, right? We're definitely going to go for pre-debut VTubers and debut VTubers. It doesn't matter. The only reason why we ask is because we just kind of want to know where your status is. Because if you're a pre-debut VTuber, then we can help out with debut stuff, you know? And if you're not a pre-debut VTuber and you're already debuted, then we can maybe do some networking, right? So yeah, so that's the question. Will pre-debut VTubers be taken seriously? Absolutely.
Can I add on to that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think on top of helping everybody, I think it'll boost the confidence of somebody who's, say, just come out and join the group, as in like a way of like feeling more confident. And I think if we get a mix of pre-debut and post-debut, then the post-debut can like show them the ropes and like really help them, inspire them, you know? Be like, oh, well, I know you just came out, but like look how good you can do now that you're in this group and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Absolutely. So we have a question. I know it's very much based on the applicant base, but will there be any focus on making sure there's rep for BIPOC trans VTubers? That's something that we actually, we talked about briefly, but that's something that we were kind of thinking we'd go over more once we actually had our applicant base like set up. But I think that'd be pretty good to do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. BIPOC VTubers, we really need your applications. We really want to make sure that we can represent you in our group because you are important and valuable and amazing.
As somebody who's Mexican, yeah, I think it's really nice that we're like doing this for everybody, you know, and like opening it up for everybody. Yeah.
Alex, I never knew that you were Hispanic. So am I.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm Venezuelan. That's so cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm black bread.
So we're definitely going to look out for BIPOC trans VTubers and give them confidence to apply and make their voice heard and get represented, right? So yeah, thank you for that question, Petite Swans. Again,
that's a very good, very important question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, I also think it's going to be very important to consider like readiness and stuff. We wouldn't want to throw someone that doesn't feel prepared enough into the spotlight if they aren't ready, you know. So we can only really do what we can with the applicants that we've received. So if you're a BIPOC, trans or non-binary person, absolutely apply. We'd love to have you on the team. But if whatever happens and we unfortunately can't get in contact with members that applied, we just don't want to force someone into the spotlight if they're not ready, right? So we are seriously considering BIPOC trans VTubers. We just need them to apply, right? So next we have, what is the group going to offer for the applicants by Aaron? Yeah, so we've already touched on this before, but we're going to offer abilities to network with each other, collabs, features, interviews. We are going to help pre-debut VTubers get their things in order. I'm gonna be offering managerial support, and the debut VTubers are probably gonna help out the pre-debut VTubers, and the pre-debut VTubers are going to help build the basis for the debut VTubers, and we're all gonna help each other, right?
Yeah.
Helping and networking and collaborating, sharing each other's talents. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, oh, it's awesome. We have so many BIPOC folk in chat. That's awesome. I'd love to see it because as we just mentioned, a few of us are also BIPOC, so it's cool to know that we have a good base, right? That we can pick folk that would cover a wide variety, right?
Yes, please send in applications. We'd love to see you.
Okay, so let me see. Does anybody have any more questions? We have about 8 more minutes. Aw, Tox! Hi!
Oh, hi, Kel.
Hey, Kel! How's it going? Anybody have any final questions? Also, we just had a lot of great people following today. I'm sorry that I couldn't shout you out, but thanks everybody for following. Okay, let me see. How are future gens going to be done? We're thinking that maybe what we're gonna do is we briefly discussed it before, but we're thinking like 3 or 4 times a year, adding like 6 more people, maybe 4 or 6 more people, something like that. Just because we want to make sure that the group is manageable, right? Rather than just having like a big old group and me not being able to do everything for people. But that's mostly just gonna be it. We're gonna be getting a good group every season or so, 3 or 4 times a year, and I wonder, do you think we should keep everyone that applied on like a list to be considered for the future, or should we have everyone reapply?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, we could do both, just to make sure. Like, you keep the list, and then if the person doesn't reapply, then you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be good.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. If there was like a list of favorites that didn't quite make the cut the first time around, I would definitely like to keep an eye on them, and even if they don't apply for Gen 2, maybe send them a shout out. Like ask, hey, do you want to join?
Yeah, for sure. I think for sure. Also think it'd be kind of interesting. I never discussed this with you guys, so we're all gonna be hearing this for the first time now. But I was thinking maybe we could have like gens focused on like a certain thing. Like, how like some groups will do like a gen where it's all English speakers and stuff. Maybe we can do gens like that, right? A gen where it's all 18 plus trans and non-binary VTubers, or a gen that's all bilingual VTubers or something like that, right?
I like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea for sure.
Oh my god, if we can get a gen of trans and non-binary like Japanese VTubers to apply, mwah, chef's kiss.
Right.
Okay, so next question. What are my thoughts for different people that speak in different languages and streams done in languages other than English? Oh, that's actually exactly what I was just talking about. Yeah, same brain cell. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think for now, for the current first gen, we're going to be mostly looking for people that can interact in the English speaking group, but we do also take into account things like bilingual streams and stuff like that. If you do make bilingual content, that's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna basically be scoping out everybody's Twitch channels anyway, right?
For sure.
Twitch and YouTube channels. Yeah, I mean, it's still a valuable thing. It might not be the most focused thing for the first gen, but we might create entire gens in the future where we have an entire gen of trans and non-binary Spanish-speaking VTubers, Japanese-speaking VTubers, Korean, to just like reach as many possible audiences, right?
Yeah.
So just for fun, what sort of group theme do you think Gen 1 has so far? Our theme is fucking nothing. We have nothing going on that's comparable, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. One of the things we were discussing when we were first starting up this group is one thing that us three have in common is that we just have diverse styles, which is part of why the name came to be what it is, because we're all so different.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how the name came to be, is just the idea that we all represent very different styles, but we're all very stylish, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not I'm trying to come up with a pun, right? But like it's not an image, it's a lifestyle, right? We're all I'm sorry for that. But we all just have like a very different look and feel and stuff, and I want to represent people that have different things going on, whether or not you're a live 2D VTuber, a PNG tuber, a 3D VTuber. I think it's just really cool that we just each kind of emphasize our own styles, and we each have our own good things going on, right?
And I like I don't know about you two, but when it comes to selecting possible applicants for my favorites list, I have definitely been paying attention to how stylish they might be.
Yeah.
For sure. We need yeah, so the theme is being queer. Absolutely. I'm basically looking for you know, like we're looking for the people that are really standing out, doing just being crazy with it, being cool, being stylish. I'm looking for some Dorian Electras and some Sophies, you know?
Exactly.
So let me see. How long do I plan to keep each season separated by? Probably like actual seasons, you know, that seems like a good way of doing it, right?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Let me see. Just because we have only a few minutes left. Actually, no. Elex, you said that you had to leave at an hour. Do you have to go?
I can stay around just a little bit longer, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe we should take some questions for you know, if there's any personal questions for the three of us, or questions about channels or content or anything.
Yeah, okay, for sure. So let's just kind of blow over some of the final questions. Yeah, and then once the two of you sign out, I can do like a quick recap of what we have done. So let me see. So the next question we got is oh wait, I actually think we got most of the questions down. Oh, the VOD will be saved most likely. Yeah, we will have the VOD saved. Do you think that the wait between the first gen and the second gen will be longer than the future gens to help the group get a feel for everything? Yeah, absolutely. That's also why we're picking a bigger group, right? Gen 1 is basically going to be the size of two different gens. just because we want to make sure that we get everything in order, right? So that we can make sure that we have something to offer to people that want to come in later, right?
Yeah, what are you thinking? Like summer, you think, for Gen 2?
Yeah, summer sounds good. How about you, Alex?
Because then you can make like a little cute little like summer themed like application thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Huh?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do we think that we'll ever plan on getting a second manager when things become bigger? If you want to help me manage lifestyle, be my guest. If you want to be like a mod for the eventual Discord server, wink wink. Send me a message. I would love that. Because this is a lot of stuff, right?
I was gonna say, I'm sure we'll take applications for like mods and stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna take applications for mods. We might do some more. We might have the managers be generational, as well.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
And yeah, because I think Aura mentioned this, right? Having splitting up into groups and having managers for each group. I think that'd be kind of cool. Chat moderators for streams. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty important, especially because of like transphobic jerks. So helping set that up. Absolutely. So I think we have most everything, most all the basics kind of covered, right? Let me see. I'm gonna look back at our notes and just kind of give like a quick recap, right? So the group will mostly function as an artist collective of different creators doing different things. It will be multi-generational. It will focus on increasing visibility and supporting trans and non-binary VTubers. It'll focus on encouraging the growth of LGBT VTubers through collabs, features, and interviews. And the first generation will be 7 to 9 individuals. That is mostly. Oh my god! Thanks for subscribing. But that's mostly going to be it for now. This is also going to be an important question that I think a lot of people have in chat. But as for when we're going to, Aaron, thank you for subscribing. What we're gonna do is for the selection process, we are going to be doing callbacks a little bit after the application process is closed, because we are going to look at every single person individually, and we just happen to have a lot of applicants, right? So it might take a little while. So sorry, like if you don't hear, oh my god, Patty, you are insane. Oh my god, hype train. So yeah, so we're going to talk to everybody when the time comes, right? We're going to be getting in contact with everybody. Keep your Twitter DMs open, and it might just take a few weeks. So if you haven't heard back from us in a few weeks, note that doesn't mean anything in particular. It doesn't mean you haven't made it, or that you have made it, or anything like that. Just know that we're going to be pretty busy in the upcoming weeks, right?
Yeah.
So with all that said, and this hype train coming to the end, thank you all so much for coming. This has been incredible. We had so many people showing up. This is awesome. Yeah, Aaron. So we're gonna start contacting people like a few weeks after the thing. Once we get our list like all settled, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of narrowing down to do.
Yeah, we do. And it's going to be tricky because like we have like we're looking at literally everybody seriously, right? And there'll be a case where I'm like, okay, well this person doesn't have like a lot of assets ready and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to be very ready. and then the next day Aura will message me saying, "Oh, did you see this person's model?" And I'm like, "What the hell? They have a model now? Oh no!" So we're not going to make any hard decisions about any of the members until the 30th, right? And then we're going to start looking at everybody, right?
Yep, sounds good.
Yep, that sounds great.
So thank you all for showing up. This has been incredible. This has been super fun. I'm so glad to have had you all. And thank you so much to my buddies Elex and Aura for showing up. You guys are amazing. I love you.
Thanks for having us, Spira. We really appreciate it. It was loads of fun.
It was.
Make sure to follow them on Twitter. Aura_Sinclair and Cyberpunk with a Y. I hope this was very informative. I hope this solidifies your interest in the project. And thank you all so much.